really, I like cars with interesting histories or interesting engineering or quirky things that are fun and quirky, like a 1984 Mazda RX-7, the spinning Doritos, or a 1998 BMW M3 that is regarded as one of the best handling cars of the 90s. I'm not a huge BMW fanboy, but I wanted to see what all the hype was about. Yeah, I grew up a domestic guy. My dad had a 1966 Ford pickup. I had a 1975 Chrysler Cordoba, my first car. Got into Mopars for a little while, but then really the car that changed it for me was the Toyota MR2. I've been involved in rally racing for 20 years now. For those who don't know, it's a sport that's basically closed roads, gravel roads, paved roads, usually gravel just because it's the availability thing. Driver and a co-driver. He's basically giving you turn-by-turn directions, the most detailed you've ever had, and you just see how fast you go down a road. These are fully prepared cars, cages, fire suits, helmets, all the gear. There's a whole national championship for it, really popular in Europe. Kind of a underground, I wouldn't say underground, cult following sport here. The first car I ever raced in a rally was a Geo Metro. 3 cylinders for the win. Had a lot of fun driving that car. Rewarded you for being brave because it had no power. Once you were slowed down, you were slowed down. Good luck. I've raced in Subarus. I've raced in Mazdas. I've raced in some Fords. My personal rally car is a 1988 Mazda 323 GTX, which is a factory four-wheel drive turbocharged version of the 80s 323 hatchback. The interest was there. I saw it on TV. I saw the British Rally Championship or the WRC videos that started coming out in the 90s during the championship. Video games really kind of got me excited about it. I was one of those kids I was the Gran Turismo generation. Really what happened though, I was at the wrong place at the right time, and I abruptly found myself on the service crew for a national rally team, and turned wrenches. That turned into the opportunity to drive. Realized I couldn't afford to drive. Got into organizing. Did that for quite a few years, and then finally had the chance to get back in as a driver. Had fun. Realized that was not my thing. Moved on to co-driving, and that's where I thrive. I mean, besides the 2 behind me, I have my rally car, which those are just an endless project. You drive them, you break them, you fix them, drive them, break them, repeat. Toyota MR2. My wife drives a Mazda Miata that is really fun to play with. Track days, tuning the suspension. I've got friends who are into all kinds of cars. The thing that we always say is doing race car things with our race car friends. And I really like, the car doesn't matter as much as the people. That's what really gets me about cars, is it's the culture and the community about cars. So the Cruisin' in McMinnville is a really cool event. It is just a big car show at McMinnville. Lots of people bring their cars in. There's activities. It's like a whole bring the family event. Lots of different classes of vehicles, types of vehicles are represented there. Really what I love about it is seeing the passion of all the people who bring their cars there. The people who are really into either hot rods or, race cars or whatever their particular genre is, just seeing them be passionate about it, makes car shows like that really special.
My name's Noah Norwood. I own HRK Design, and this is my shop. Really, I like all cars, but I'd say probably my favorite car kind of era or style would be the early Ford kind of traditional hot rod type of thing. So that's what I like to work on the most. I've been into classic cars my whole entire life. I got the bug from my dad, but after hanging out with the Emery family, they kind of introduced me into the whole realm of traditional hot rods. And so they were just down the road from me, and ever since I was a young kid in high school, I was always over there and really took over the whole traditional hot rod thing from there. Yeah, so I own HRK Design, which is where we're at right now. So we specialize in the customization and the restoration of classic vehicles. So really anything 1965 or older is what we're going to work on, and we specifically do metal shaping and fabrication. Well, I've worked on quite a few projects, but probably one of the most prominent ones that I've done so far is still in progress. It's a 1967 Mustang. I converted it from a coupe to a fastback and really just did a whole lot of stuff to bring it up to the modern date. Right now that one's over in paint, and we'll get it back soon to finish her up. Yeah, so growing up as a little kid, I've been in McMinnville my whole life, so always been attending it every summer, and it's really just a great event to kind of tie back to the homage of the cruising days, kind of American graffiti type of ideas. So really an event that we look forward to all year, just a really nice casual way to hang out with friends. And now with the organization, a great way to get kids into trade schools. Yeah, traditionally it's always been in August, and it's a great kind of way to, as summer's tapering off, to be able to go and have one big last hurrah before we all park our cars for the winter. Yeah, so probably one of my favorite cruising McMinnville memories is a friend and I, we drove a 1927 Model T that was on a Model A frame. We're cruising around and all of a sudden the headlights go out, realized the headlight switch burnt out. So we're like, all right, we'll just direct wire it. So there I was like 14 years old, holding a ground wire onto a bare piece of metal. And I'm like, oh man, that's getting hot. And he's like, no, let me see it. And he tried, oh, that's getting hot. So we end up taking a big wad of tape, and I'm holding it on the bare piece of metal, using a flashlight just to make it home because it's pitch dark outside and we barely had any headlights. Right now, my daily driver is my 1957 Ford F100. So I daily drove it in high school, kind of parked, took a break for a little bit, but now it's back in the daily driver category. We just recently did a 800-mile round trip, or actually 1,600-mile round trip, 800 miles to Bonneville and back. So it's kind of proven itself now. Automotive memory from this year is probably driving my F100 to Bonneville. I've always wanted to drive a hot rod to Bonneville, and this was the first year that we did it, so it was quite the adventure.
Hello and welcome to Cruising McMinnville. I am Jared Brandon-Flande and
I am Adam Mendenhall.
And this is the annual event where everyone brings their finest steel out here to cruise through beautiful wine country. And we will be your host for today. We typically are your host for the podcast Joyride, but we are happy to be here with MCM Channel 11. So what do we got right in front of us here, Adam?
Oh, that's a nice 1965 Chevrolet C10. Beautiful blue, white cab.
Absolutely. Look at this beautiful Chevrolet coming through here. You know, they don't do the colors like that anymore. My uncle had one just like that. That brown was very typical of that era.
It truly was. No, it's great to see just the variety of paint jobs, and again, people taking pride in ownership of their vehicles and bringing them out and sharing them with the community. I mean, there's a lot of people here locally, but also people from around the Northwest that bring their vehicles down for this event.
And earlier I was talking to someone that said they drove all the way out from South Carolina just for this event. So that is fantastic.
That is. You know, just the exposure. I mean, we've been gaining traction, it seems like, every year, bringing a little bit, more people every year to attend this event.
And I think it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And look, we have right here a Super Sport of all things. That is fantastic. Love that blue right there.
Well, it is. That is a great blue.
Slowly moving along, cruising along.
I mean, I think it's just really the cruise itself, the activity, the classic 60s cruise. You think of movies like American Graffiti and just the activity itself. I mean, it's all inclusive. I mean, you can have kids, adults, people of all ages truly enjoy this, whether you're a spectator or a participant. And then the more towns that are bringing this back, I think, has just helped bring the, visibility on it and just the positive aspects of having fun in your local community, bringing a vehicle out and cruising.
Oh, it very much was a cultural thing back in the day. I mean, that's George Lucas. He grew up doing this, and he was, believe it or not, George Lucas was an anthropology student before he became a movie director.
Oh, wow.
And so he was fascinated by the cultural aspect of cruising, which is why he made American Graffiti. Yeah. So I'm glad to say that it's back and well alive right now.
It is. Well, we got a beautiful red C6 Corvette coming up here.
You ever driven a Vet, Adam?
I have. Yes, I have. Yeah, they are an impressive machine. I tell you. I mean, what they pack as far as a punch in the package they're put in, it's a bargain for what you get in compared to the competition.
Absolutely. That is a pretty red too. Oh my goodness. Like those wheels as well.
Those are. Yeah, there certainly is a fair share of chrome on display here this evening.
What's your favorite era of Corvette, Adam?
Oh, boy. I would have to go with the, mid-1960s Stingray, second-generation Corvettes. That's my personal favorite. My dad had a 1963 Stingray 327 4-speed, and out of all the vehicles he owned over the years, he mentioned that was his personal favorite.
It doesn't matter what era Corvette it is. There's never been a bad-looking Corvette, that's for certain.
That's true.
Ooh, what do we have here?
Oh, we've got a nice Mercury Cougar in a dark gray.
Love a good Mercury.
Yep.
Don't make it anymore, though.
No,
really is a classic. I love the sound of that engine.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, the exhaust note on some of these vehicles just overwhelming here.
These days we keep trying to make cars quieter and quieter. Back then they wanted to make cars louder and louder. Speaking of which.
Well, we got a nice baby blue Chevy Impala. Look at that. Mag wheels, BF Goodrich tires, classic.
A lot of truck guys this year. That's new. We haven't seen that in the past. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, there's a fair share of old C10 Chevrolet trucks.
Are you a Ford or Chevy guy when it comes to trucks?
Oh, I'm a Chevy guy through and through. Yeah, I'm a Chevy man. Not that I don't appreciate some Fords, especially some of the 60s era Mustangs, which we'll see here at some point this evening.
Oh, look, the Blues Brothers are coming along here.
Yeah. They're in trouble already. Look at that. Oh, and the fire department, it's right behind them. Yeah, look at that Engine 33 yellow truck there sneaking up behind the lawman.
Number 33. You ever driven one of those Ford Interceptors before?
You know, I have years ago.
Yeah.
Yep, early 2000s I have. Impressive, you know, I mean, especially from the factory, they're programmed a little differently. So if they still have their police programming, they pack an extra punch, typically anywhere from 25 to, 40 horsepower more than the stock equivalent.
And Ford actually had like a whole assembly line just for those police interceptors.
They did.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a big deal. Yep. And here we go. Look at that.
Engine 33, boy, that's pretty. Look at the chrome again here. Just again, overwhelming chrome everywhere we look.
Well, when something's on fire, you want to see it, right?
That's right.
Very cool. Oh, look at this beauty right here.
Classic patina.
Just moonshine running in that.
Yeah.
That is pretty.
That is pretty.
And here we go. Contemporary Ford Thunderbird. You know, that uses the same chassis or same platform as a Jag S-Type.
Oh, look at that.
They're the same car. Underneath, anyhow. Oh, now we got the Nissan guys coming in here.
We got
look
our
at
blue
that.
Trans Am creeping up.
That's American graffiti all right there.
Yeah. Oh, indeed it is. The Coupe Roadster.
Rear hinge doors.
Yes, it appears so.
I actually like those. Easier to get in and out.
It is. I mean, it definitely is a statement as well at the same time.
Oh, yeah. And the amount, just other than the paint work and the work here, just the amount of detailing and polishing everyone puts into their
That's
cars.
just it.
Yeah.
I mean, there is so much dedication to some of that detailing that goes in, especially at the show itself, just to keep everything shining.
What do we got here? Dodge, Mopar Beast.
Mopar Beast, interesting. Custom Hemi.
Daily driven. There we go.
Yeah, that's cool to see. You know, some of these cars, are obviously just brought out for a
Yeah,
show or once or
exactly.
twice a year, but a daily driver, that's awesome.
You don't see that too often.
That's what makes these events so fun. I mean, you'll see, quote unquote, your garage queens, or vehicles are just brought out to show, and then the daily drivers mixed in between. So you get a little bit of everything here.
Fox body Mustang. Very underrated era of Mustang, in my opinion.
True.
Sweet Camaro.
Oh, your classic 70s Camaro there.
My mother had one of those.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. She almost, the police had trouble catching up with her. Or so the story goes.
Oh, and speaking of Camaros,
Here
there's
comes
another
the
one behind it. Yeah.
Classic one.
Oh, there's that 5.0. Classic. And a Cadillac. Look at that, baby. 1970s at its best.
The absolute scale of these cars. It's hard to see on television here, but they are enormous. They truly are land yachts.
Oh, and look at that. Oh, that beautiful Impala that just blew past us. S10 to follow. Oh, look at that. Look at the paint job on that Impala. That silver just pops. Gorgeous car.
Oh, Bronco, which is all the rage these days with the new one, but here's a classic right there. Actually, I believe there's a company at Newburgh that restores all those.
There is,
Yeah.
actually. Not yet. Locally, there is one. Oh, the Chevelle.
Lots of GM stuff right now. Lots of Chevys. Oh, look at this beautiful Plymouth.
Oh, boy,
though.
the old Plymouth.
Is that a
Plymouth Fury.
Is that Christine?
Oh, look at the chrome on that baby. Yep. And a Bel Air right behind it.
Yep.
Two-door, baby blue, white.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that is
Here we go with that
total
Fury again.
classic Americana.
Oh,
right
it
there.
is. Just the tails on these, the tail lights. I mean,
No.
look at the statement
They,
those
they,
made.
they quite literally don't make them
No.
like that anymore. Yeah. When I think 1950s car, honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind is a Chevrolet Bel Air.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's iconic. I mean, it's just, you think Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, and then, again, Chevy Bel Air.
Two-tone. That's something you don't see anymore
That is.
either. Yeah.
Nice combination with the wheels as well.
Wheels are a big one, in my opinion, anyway.
Yep, everyone has their preference on those, but it's neat to see different combinations, you know, thrown apart, not just the old stock setup.
No, as long as they complement the car. They're kind of like, you know, it's like pairing a good food with a good wine.
Well, exactly. Yeah, that's the trick.
Classic Ford coming through here. Got some more trucks coming along. Quite the lift kit on that one.
Boy, there is. Look at that. Especially look at the drivetrain. Front and rear diffs, chromed out covers. Again, chrome.
He can find any parking spot he wants, most likely. Whether he has to go over any hills, speed bumps, doesn't really matter. Probably not a challenge for him.
That's true. At least he's got a good view. That's for sure.
Commanding view.
You can see right over that Galaxy 500 in front of him.
Also a very underrated Ford Galaxy. Yeah, this event has grown quite a bit over the years. It used to be everyone just kind of came out and took their cars around, but more and more people came, and then suddenly we actually just had a full-blown event here.
Yeah, it really, you know, it just kept, you know, expanding, and it seems like, you know, it took up only a portion at 3rd Street at one point, and now we're all the way down to the end. You know, I mean, it's and even the side streets for that matter.
Back in the day, especially, it was always the radiator grill. That was really the big identifier for cars back then. That seems to be where they put a lot of attention in their design.
It is, yep, in the headlight combinations.
You don't see a dual headlight very often anymore either like that.
Nope.
How many years did it make the Galaxy? Do you recall, Adam?
Boy, you know, I forget exactly how many they made that. You know, the different iterations over the years as well.
They had plenty of different versions. Got some more more Chevrolet. This is brought to you by the Chevrolet News Hour.
Lifted and slammed. Here we have an older C10, and it's a little lower, not right on the ground, but sitting nice and low. And Chevy behind that. Oh, the classic two-tone brown. Look at that.
My dad had a Dodge, it was like from the late 80s. The paint peeled off on the side of the two-tone. Apparently it was a common problem.
Very common problem with those, regardless how well you took care of them over a period of time, especially if it wasn't garage. That it was notorious for that. Yeah. That was their signature
was
paint
it
fill.
bad paint? Why was that? Do you know?
I think it was a priming issue for a lot of those, just out of certain production runs. But
well, fortunately, this one has not had that happen. Multiple tones here.
It is.
Between bare metal, red, and blue.
Again, we get a little variety of everything here.
That's the nice thing about this show is just the amount of. It's not just a lot of hot rods, of course, but it's many different types of vehicles. So let's see, we got Hondas coming in through here, Dodge Magnum.
Oh yeah, wagon.
Oh, here is a very nice Saab 900.
Oh yep, classic Saab.
The first mainstream car to be turbocharged, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Of course, the Bonnie and Clyde Ford. And our first, one of our first German vehicles here, Volkswagen. Volkswagen's actually kind of bucking the trend these days. They're abandoning the touchscreens and going just back to buttons because that's what people like. Apparently.
You know, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, people like that actual, you know, the feel and just the function of that versus screens. I mean, everyone has their preference, but it's nice to see that that's kind of trending back a little bit more.
And now we have a modern Camaro.
Indeed, we do. Nice evening here. You can utilize your convertible function.
Which is rare to say in the great state of Oregon.
It is. It was just raining yesterday. Oh, look at this.
Look at this.
Chevy SS Nova, two-door. The coveted two-door Nova. Mag wheels. Again, beautiful paint job. And the car filled with the family.
Yep. A good paint job is just an art in itself. Forget about everything else. Which tells you the amount of love and attention to detail everyone puts into these cars.
Yep, it truly shows. And a great place to put it on display and share with others.
And see, that's the best part about it. It doesn't matter what you got. You just bring it out and cruise it.
That's just it, yeah.
I mean, that's to be classic. It can be anything.
Yep. Yeah, and it's great because, I mean, it's, again, it immerses people in the culture. I mean, whether you're on the street cruising or just on the, on the sidelines watching, I mean, you get to share that with people, and that's what makes it special, I mean, it's something for everybody.
Well, that's the thing about cars. Everyone thinks that we're just into the mechanics of it, which we are, but it really is about the people, too, and doing things like this.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. He's happy.
Even our four-legged friends are enjoying the cruise activities.
He's just chilling, checking them out. He's
yeah, it looks like he's got a good view out there. He's checking out the landscape.
Once again, back to the car truck idea. Once again, very good idea.
Yes, that combination. The Ranchero, boy, that's an early Ford Ranchero,
very
too.
Early.
Boy, 289 V8. Boy, those sure changed over the years, especially getting to the 1970s. I mean, they got bigger, more of a boat-like, but boy, these early editions with the square cab, really neat to see.
No, you don't see that square cab.
No, you don't.
No. 2 seats. It's like that was pretty much well, of course, back then it's just climbing in the back. No one had a big problem with that.
Yeah, you just hopped in the back. You didn't think twice.
So actually, it was marketed to hold 2, but it actually held more like 12 if you really wanted it to.
Oh, the Dodge Ram pickup.
Or of course,
murdered out.
Of course, as we just now call them, Rams.
Yeah, just Ram. Yeah. Used to be a customization to go, completely black. I mean, black wheels, black paint. But now, I mean, it's just an option on a variety of manufacturers.
It's very much
right from the factory.
It very much is in vogue right now. My dad had quite a bit of a fit when he learned that they were no longer called Dodges, just Rams. He still hasn't got over it.
He's the purist.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to Ram trucks, though, you can't. Probably the best suspension of any truck, at least in terms of suspension.
Well, they've made waves of improvements here in the last 30 years. I mean, it's amazing what you get just stock from the factory.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, growing up, all the great uncles on my side of my dad's family, all Mopar, all Dodge, all Chrysler, all Plymouth, would not switch over from anything else.
It's funny how a lot of families are like that. I have friends where they're Ford people. I mean, and
yeah.
Ford through and through. It didn't matter. I mean, they stayed true to it. My family, I mean, it was Chevrolet, and so I'll defend Chevrolet naturally. But that's what I grew up with. But it's just funny to hear that because those stories are more common than people realize. I think sometimes of how true a family stays to a particular manufacturer, and then again that trend goes down, through the generations.
Yep, absolutely. Love the wheels on this. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, look at those.
With white walls, nonetheless. Little fun fact, tires actually used to be entirely white. That's because that's what synthetic or natural rubber actually is.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
And then they started putting the black, once they developed that, they developed black rubber, put it around the white inner seal to make it tougher. And eventually they just did away with the white rubber entirely, but that was the reason for the white walls.
Oh boy, SS 396.
2 of them, nonetheless.
Beautiful. Oh, 454 right behind it.
Porsche, there we go. Cayman coming along.
Oh, yeah.
We got the Germans here. BMW Z4 or Z4 as our.
Oh yes, yep. Oh, look at the late plates on that. Yeah.
Elvira, I love it.
The Cayman. The distinct back end of the Cayman that's set aside from its counterparts.
And the Beamer. Of course, made famous, I believe it was a Z3, made famous by Pierce Brosnan as James Bond.
That's true, GoldenEye, yep.
And this guy, oh, yes.
Not just 4 wheels. We've got 3. We've got 2 in some spots. And boy, oh, he's on 2 wheels now. Look at that. Look at him go.
Carmen Gia.
Oh, look at that. The yellow. Big Bird yellow almost.
You're not going to miss that car.
No, you're not.
And we have some modern Mustangs. So there we go. Okay. Ford Focus. We have here now.
Oh boy, those mag wheels pop.
The artificial convertible style they did back then. Yep.
The old Thunderbird here, boy. Missing the old hubcaps, but gives it its own unique look.
Yeah, you don't need
know?
hubcaps. Yeah, they just fall off anyway. Apparently, back in the day, they did fall off a lot.
They fell off, and they were often stolen as well, you know. People forget. It's just like, boom, stealing hubcaps, you know.
What did you do today? Stole hubcaps? Don't you have something better to do? All right. Chevrolet with a step box, dude. That's something you don't see anymore.
Well, the step side, yeah, you don't see that that often these days. Always kind of sets them aside from their common counterparts.
Back in the day, my understanding, there was a lot of argument whether you had a step box or not.
There's another great shot of the Nova here in front of us, boy.
And we have a Mustang with a proud Ford racing stripe.
Oh, yeah.
The only car that's sold by Ford in North America now.
Whoa, we got some flames that just went past us. Oh, there we can see it right there. Fireball in the door and fireball in the exhaust. Look at that lineup pouring down 3rd Street. Boy, it just seems like it's growing here. I mean,
yeah, we're not even close to being done. That's the best part.
No, more people joining in as the cruise continues on into the evening.
Another Ford coming along here. Somebody spent a lot of time polishing that chrome. I know that much.
Boy, they did. Oh, boy, that is
a lot of
beautiful.
chrome.
Look at another Galaxy 500 XL. Wow. Love the black wheels. Nice combination there. And a Bronco. The coveted Gen 1 Broncos.
Oh, we got the hatch guys coming in now.
Yep, another Chevy C10. You know, we're seeing more C10 trucks this year than I've seen in years past.
It's probably the most, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously a very devoted following.
There is, yeah. That's interesting how many have made their presence.
A lot of people don't realize Mitsubishi does not just make TVs; they make cars too. And we got a round of Mopars coming through here. Now we have some more Chevrolets.
Yep. Here we go with a beautiful Chevrolet. Look at those front headlights and that chrome. Wow.
A very happy Chevrolet.
Some custom combinations here. Look at those rims with the gold accent. Oh my God, gorgeous Bel Air with the classic fins on the back. You know, I don't recall seeing that one in the show earlier. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's not all just cars that are sitting here in the show. People come in just for the cruise.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, I mean, that's what's neat about sticking around. And you know, as a spectator, you just don't know what you're going to see.
And like we were saying earlier, it doesn't matter what you have. It's just you just come and cruise. That is the entire point of it. This being late August, it's the last hurrah before you got to put the car away in the garage.
It pretty much is. Oh, here we go with Pontiac, Trans Am, Firebird. Murdered out, black on black. Well, that's got an extra little exhaust note to it.
Very shiny. And another one of those early Broncos again.
Yep.
Those are a popular one here. And I think that's the first wood-paneled Volkswagen I've ever seen.
I have to agree. I can't recall seeing one prior. Boy, and that's an early one too. Look at that front end. I can't quite place the year, but geez, I mean, we're talking 1940s.
Very early.
Yeah.
Of course, many people know that a Volkswagen Beetle is rear engine, but it's also that shape for aerodynamics.
That is.
Bring the air over the top and back to the engine.
Yeah, back to the engine bay. Yeah, look at this. What a unique sight. Got the woody doors going. Well, that yellow and wood combination certainly will grab your attention. Oh, and we got a coat to match. Boy, the driver and the car won.
Again, more Chevrolets.
More Chevrolets. Boy, here we go. Boy, oh, man, Hugger Orange, that classic Chevy orange.
That's a unique color for a Vet.
It is. Boy, it's a dark. I can't quite place the color code on that purple, but that pops.
Got quite the wheels that I think complement it as well.
They do. A removable hardtop. Beautiful car.
Oh, look what we got here.
Oh, old fire truck.
If you got a fire to put out, you call these guys right here.
International.
Also famous for making agricultural equipment as well.
Yes, very, very famous. Well known.
It's still going. Oh, here we got the Baja guys coming in now.
Oh boy. Baja Bug,
take
full
that
spread.
Anywhere, pretty much.
Just about. Sand Lake bound right there.
Yeah, if you
oh boy, look at that exhaust on that thing.
If you get stuck in the sand, you talk to that guy, he'll get you out. Oh, we're switching up. Now I got some Dodge and we got a Ford.
Dodge and
Oh,
Ford.
here come the British dudes now.
Yeah.
Well, we think of roadsters being more Japanese vehicles, but really the British invented that entire market with those MGs and Sunbeams and whatnot.
They did.
And that's a very pretty one indeed. Love that British racing green as well.
It is. The unique measurement, British standard tools required to work on those machines.
A lot of them, the cylinders actually were straight from a David Brown tractor as well.
I did not know that. That's an interesting fact.
Oh, an AMC Pacer.
Wayne's World, Wayne's World.
See, if you got a Bronco or a Jeep, you got to take the doors off.
You do, you know.
It's a requirement.
Oh, the Camaro right behind it.
See, that is true patina right there.
That is patina right there. But it looks good. I mean, again, I like the black wheels. It complements the vintage paint well.
Was it Jay Leno says he usually brings his patina cars to car shows because he's like, yeah, you can sit on it. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, there's something to be said about, not throwing on that brand new paint. Just keep it original, and, it's got its wear and tears and its battle scars.
See, this is how you used to travel back. This is how, you just hop in the back and you go around wherever you need to go.
Yep. The common scene in anywhere USA back in the day. Boy, just trucks in general here. I mean, we're getting a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
I'm just still blown away by it. And here we go with the Chevrolets again.
Very classic Jeep, though, right there.
That is. Nice and clean.
Weren't they made in World War II basically just be lifted by 3 or 4 guys? That was the intention?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those things were dropped in a crate, World War II, just made to assemble right there in the war zone.
I believe, from what I've read, Jeep, the name is completely unknown. They're not entirely sure what the etymology of that is, but it possibly could have descended from General Purpose vehicle, or GP, and they just kind of slurred GP into Jeep over
Jeep
time.
out of it?
Yeah. That's the thought, anyway.
Well, here we go. There's the Dodge you spoke of earlier.
With its paint still.
Yeah.
A rare sight indeed.
Dodge Power Ram 250.
Oh, these are fantastic. See, that's the thing, is not everything was large back then. They even made small things back then, too. Which was probably a rarity, especially in North America. But
It was.
back to that front grille design as well. That was really their big design factor for identifying them.
Yeah, that definitely sets them aside, sets them apart.
Whatever vehicle it was. Yep. Back before the days of badge engineering. So. Well, it was. Back then it was, whether it was Dodge, Chrysler, or Buick, or Chevrolet, they were their own divisions. They very much, they used the general parts bin, within the company, but they were far more their own brands than they are today.
That's true. They really were.
Oh, we're mixing it up. Now we got some Ford guys coming in.
Yeah, but Ford coming back again. Another shot here.
Plymouth.
Yeah.
That was the first car I drove, was a Plymouth Voyager minivan.
Oh.
We had to stand on the brakes to make it to stop, basically.
One of the most well-known minivans, yeah.
This guy, I don't know where he's going, but he's definitely going to get there no matter where it's at. He even got the tires in the back, just
He
in
does.
case. Oh, that's the first motorcycle I think we've seen.
Yeah,
That's cool.
There's actually been a shortage of motorcycles. I remember seeing more in years past.
This must be...
Nice V-twin.
Right-hand drive Honda van. Probably straight
Oh,
from
look at that.
Japan.
Well, you don't see those every day.
No.
Kids are having a great time.
Another modern Camaro. And we got some rod stuff coming in here. We haven't seen that too much yet.
Here we go, two-door coupe. High-rise intake, look at that, 2 4-barrel carbs.
With quite the soundtrack here.
That is. The exhaust notes can definitely be overwhelming, as I'm sure our viewers can tell, but boy, a little bit of everything. Here we got a high-rise dual intake V8, and then right behind that, a 4-cylinder Honda, but boy, it's got some exhaust coming out the hood, so who knows what's under the hood on that. Could be turbocharged.
Well, to the right person, this isn't noise at all. Like I said, this is music. And the musicians are all playing their instruments.
Woo! Oh, that's, yeah, there we go, turbo. Distinct compressor sound.
Power stroke.
Not too many diesels here so far.
Not so far, but you never know as time comes along.
There's been a few.
And our first Subaru. Followed by a Dodge. Look at that. I like the color scheme on that. Blue and yellow actually go very well together.
Oh, 392. Super B. Hence the honeycomb stripes.
Have you ever had a car with stripes on it?
No, I have not. I have not.
What's your problem? You gotta get around with it, man.
Wish I had my dad's old '69 Camaro Z28. He had that one with the Hugger orange and white racing stripes.
It makes
Classic.
you look faster. So, like I said, we talk about the paint work and all the suspension, but look at the lights on this. Lighting is a big aspect of design as well.
Boy, no kidding. Look at that.
Lights make things look cool. That is just the standard procedure.
Definitely some detail on that suspension package on this truck.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at
that'll
that.
go anywhere.
Jeez, even the exhaust. Stainless right there.
One up off-road.
Wow. Yeah, somebody put in some wrench time there.
That rumble, you can feel it inside you. Four-door trucks. It was something that took them a long time to figure out, but they finally did.
Yeah, it seems like that became the standard, you know. Seeing the single cabs is the rarity. At least on the new generation trucks.
Nope, there's that three-wheel right there. Oh, he's taking off.
Oh.
Honda, very devoted following, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, we got a Jeep here again.
With the tow attachment of all things, too. Oh, look at this.
Riding in style.
Oh, more plate. Oh,
there we go. Fireball and full display.
Where's that fire truck at?
Yeah.
Could use it here in a
No
moment.
kidding. He should be following in suit. Oh, the Jeep Commando.
Look at this. Now that's pretty right there.
Oh my gosh, old Chevy Bel Air, early 50s.
And Tony Soprano.
Beautiful.
Arrived.
Yeah, no kidding. There's a Goodfellas ride right
Yeah,
there.
Ray Rodriguez.
Look at the size of that trunk.
It could accommodate many things.
It could.
Some
Certainly
things you could
could.
talk about, other things you could not.
Oh, another Chevy Malibu just blew past us. Here we go with a C5 Corvette body kit. Z51.
The latest stuff. I think they're quite gorgeous, actually.
Oh, there's C8 just drove past us here.
Bit of a.
There's our mid-engine,
Yeah.
newest generation, right behind the C5.
touch of a Lamborghini feel, I think, as well, just by its styling.
Yes, it definitely throws you. You have to do a double take on a lot of these. You think it's an Italian exotic, and it's an American-made instead. Shelby making their presence known.
Carol would be proud. Oh, look what we've got here. Brand new GMC. And a Triumph. Is that TR7?
It looks like it. Yep, you got it. Boy, you don't see those every day.
No, you do not. I believe that was made specifically, or they made it in mind of the American market. Well, but they still are fairly rare.
392.
Look at all that we were all Chevys. Now a lot of Dodges here now.
Yeah, Dodge has kind of made its way here.
Bronco is definitely one of the themes tonight. It's amazing how much, those were kind of, another one.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, another one.
That was kind of a dying model in terms of popularity, but it's made quite a renaissance.
That is.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a beautiful color combo there on that Bronco. Here we got Chuck Colvin Ford.
Everyone's happy. That's the best part.
In a new 5.0.
And the last of the Volkswagen Beetles.
Yes.
They are no longer made.
That's right. They had a hell of a run, though. Oh, the C10 Chevys.
Now that guy can get somewhere quickly.
Yeah, here we go. El Camino.
And a happy Volkswagen. Everyone likes a happy bug.
Who isn't happy in a convertible like that?
Oh, the Toyota guys will be going crazy over that. That's a very clean Celica.
Ooh, that is clean. GT4 RC.
You don't see them that clean very often.
No, you don't. That's a lot of work. And it shows.
See, that's just bring what you got. That's the best part. Of course, it's a Toyota truck. It will outlast you and me combined, most likely. Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? Boy, we've seen that put to the test on some other programs in years past. To the extremes in every environment. Testament to Toyota.
Which I believe it literally translates in Japanese as rice paddy.
Oh. Mercedes.
Low-ride Mercedes. Huh?
Turbo diesel, too. Wow. Ooh, Chevy Love. Look at that. There's our Chevy Love again. Riding mean and lean. Well, there's another Love just missing. Oh.
Just missing some stuff. Like, oh, that's pretty right there.
Boy, there's the Dodge boys.
And the Super
Ooh,
Beetle.
The Super Beetle.
1970s, right?
Oh, that's classic. Super clean. Starliner.
And we have a whole bunch of Broncos coming along.
Wow, here we go. And we've got a green one coming up here behind this maroon, but boy, talk about cherry condition. Oh, that's a beautiful two-tone, navy blue and white, and this green one. Oh my gosh. Now that takes you back to some car ads.
Followed up by a Sunbeam, it looks like.
Triumph.
A Triumph.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon me, a Triumph. The classic roadster. Now we got a mix of trucks here. A lot of trucks this year.
Yeah,
I've not seen so many trucks beforehand.
You know, not just at the show, but just in participants themselves, the ones that have just shown up for the cruise. Definitely outnumbers years past.
Now that's a pretty Mercedes right there.
Oh, that is clean.
Typically in the past, there was a guy that drove a septic truck through here as well, so I'm hoping he makes his presence again.
Oh, there goes a black Malibu. Look at that baby. Two-door Malibu. SS Nova.
With the step box.
Yeah, oh, there's the step box. Yeah, another C10. And Toyota in tow.
Which, again, archaeologists will dig up.
Yeah, great ground shot here, giving you an idea. Look at the suspension difference between some of these trucks with lift kits, without. Well, the dark grill looks pretty nice on that Chevy right there.
Oh, here comes old Justin Rawlings in his Toyota right there.
Oh, Volkswagen Beetle again.
With the surfboard,
with the surfboard and the luggage
up
rack.
Top. Those were the days. You hop in your Volkswagen, do some surfing.
Cruise to the beach.
Yep, head home. Almost has that 1990s paper cup motif on
it kind of does, doesn't it, with that purple on
I believe
there.
that's called jazz, is the design style.
327 badge on the side. Oh, this 55 Chevy, look at this. Coming up. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to mess with the guy that drives it. I don't know him, but that car is intimidating.
Yeah, it looks a little ominous, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. What do we got here?
Peterbilt. Look at that. See, again, there's a you just never know what you're going to see. This works itself in.
Cars, trucks,
semi-trucks, commercial vehicles, a little bit of everything here.
No, that's built tough right there. Brand new or newer caddy.
Cadillac CTS V. Corvette power under the hood.
Very nice classic truck here.
Oh, good old Chevy.
Those old trucks had a lot of character to them. I've always liked them for that reason.
They did. With those accordion grills, they certainly did.
Oh, you don't see a cabriolet Volkswagen.
No, you don't. Volkswagen.
Brings you back to 1995 with the Spice Girls playing on a cassette tape.
Cassette tape.
We got some Hondas coming through here now.
Flip headlights.
That is something you do not see anymore, period, at all.
No, you know, I guess one less thing to go wrong. They've kind of moved away from that in general. I mean, Corvette's another example of that. You know, they no longer have flip headlights at all. I mean, and that was a signature for years.
Yeah, so everyone said, oh, they have all the mechanical issues. Who cares? They're cool, right?
They do look cool, yeah. Transforms the car's front end. Oh, beautiful Nova, two-door, mag wheels. Classic scene with the back seat full. Full for the cruise.
Very nice Ford Model A. Oh, you got to have an Awuga horn.
Oh, my gosh, you got the Awuga horn.
Awuga horn is standard. You just got to have it. You drove one of those.
I did.
Yeah. Got to pull the choke and everything to keep it going.
Woo, boy, look at that intercooler there. Forced induction on this Nissan 350Z.
That guy can make some distance fast, I'm sure.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. It's a healthy exhaust. Oh, we got the Subaru WRX.
Classic of the rally world. Camaro and Camaro.
Oh, back to back. Beautiful blue.
A lot of customized Jeeps here today.
There is. Yep. Yeah. A lot with different bumper tow packages, suspension packs. New and old.
Every time I get in a Jeep, I can't help but hum the Jurassic Park theme. I just can't. I have to. I have to.
That's one that sticks in your head if you dare to dream.
See, this is why you get a yellow car. You'd never lose that in the parking lot. You would never lose that.
No.
Unlike my car, which is silver, which I lose all the time. Or it could be the operator. You don't know. But
boy, staying strong. I mean, again, if anything, they've gained numbers here on this cruise. I mean, it's taken a while to see some repeats.
Good old Ford Focus. Well, again, more Jeeps.
More Jeeps. Rubicon.
Why the wheels so far out on this Chevrolet here?
Oh, that's just, again, it's a preference. I mean, the rim size, a lot of people like that that feel, that look, right. Overextending the fender wells.
More Subarus. I'm glad we're seeing some Subarus coming along here.
Toyota.
A fine product of Fuji Heavy Industries.
Nissan.
Mazda trucks. See, that's something I missed too.
Oh, B2200, yeah. I had a B2000 myself, long bed years ago. Nice little truck. Boy, look at this. This is, here's a combination you'd see in Southern California. Wow, look at that bed.
That just is Southern California. They just need to put that on the brochures.
Flat out. Jeez, look at all the different valve bodies to make that happen.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa! Oh, that's crazy. Whoa! Look at that go. Wow. Well, that's a first for me. I have not seen a
closest thing I've seen.
Hydraulic bed combination like that.
Closest thing I've seen to a transformer in real life.
Yeah. Again, you know, the variety. You just never know what's going to show up. Oh, here we go with some Suburbans riding low. Sleek.
And a Scion, a car brand that is no longer with us as well. Oh, that's our second motorcycle. If you don't count the three-wheeler anyway.
True.
Of course, you can't just count the Honda hatches. Very devoted following there.
A few more bikes showing up.
Yeah. Fox body Mustang.
There's our Mustang. Jeez.
Oh, there we go. Our first Hyundai. Come on. Hyundai is very underrated. You got to have a Hyundai somewhere here. The reliability of a Toyota, but half the price.
Indeed it is. Nice clean Ford truck.
And a Camaro.
F100 Custom.
When somebody goes, can you just think of random old American sports car? That's the first thing I think of in my head.
Oh boy, yeah, I mean that takes you to the 70s there, yeah. Early 80s.
Two-door trucks, a rarity in these days.
It truly is. But we're seeing some, especially with some of these older models where it was commonplace. And, you know, as you pointed out earlier, I mean, once they went four-door or extended cab, that's all we see these days.
And growing up, that's all we ever had was two-door trucks.
Yeah.
So you just shoved everyone in them as best as you could.
You know, you were more focused on bed space than, you know, cab space, and now it's flip-flopped.
Oh, it's totally flip-flopped, yep. Back to that two-tone again. Very popular option at one point.
Oh, it was. Signature for Ford, I think, in a lot of ways. Some of their F-250s or F-100 lines. I mean, they're trucks. They really like that.
And the Ford design, it didn't, in terms of trucks, they didn't change much. They look like that, like from the 70s to the 90s. It's pretty, for the most part. Oh, there's our pop-up headlights. That is a very happy car. That is a happy car.
Gives it the face. Look at that. Personality, see? That's what we're lacking today with that function being gone.
General Motors Corporation, is that correct?
Yes, it is. The GMC.
There's our Triumph TR7 once again.
Oh, Triumph's making its round again.
Always love that subtle little Q that's in the side there.
That is, yeah, that little line.
A Volkswagen thing.
Oh my God, a thing. The thing.
The militarized version of the Volkswagen Beetle, better known in Germany as the Schwimmwagen.
Schwimmwagen.
Our swimming car.
quite the utility of its day. And following up right behind that is we missed the Ranchero, but we've got the Plymouth.
And a brand new Bronco, not
Boy,
a classic.
no kidding. Yeah, this is the new gen Bronco here coming up.
You see quite a few of those. Those have been
Yep.
very popular for Ford.
Certainly have.
Once upon a time, you just bought a car, and these days, now you buy an SUV. It's totally flip-flopped from what it used to be. Now, there's some wheels on that thing.
Yep. Olds Cutlass, there we go, ground shot. Ooh, Monte Carlo. Raiders being represented there on the trunk. Oregon plates, though. I would have thought California. Oh, here we go with our Cayman. 2007 Porsche Cayman making its rounds again.
Now known as a 718, I believe. Still make it, just different model designation. Getting some great shots, everything. I want to really point that out, too. Our crew here at MCM is doing a fantastic job covering everything.
They certainly are.
Classic Miata, otherwise known as an MX-5 in the rest of the world. Now, is that stock?
That Blazer, boy.
Oh, not the Submission, but did they make them roofless like that?
Well, removable top, yeah, they did.
Okay.
The other one, that one does look like it has some slight modifications.
Again, Jeep, you got to take the doors off. You
Yep,
don't have to.
you got to take
Especially
the doors
this time
off.
of year. You don't. You sign it in the paperwork and you buy one.
Oh, here we go with our early 50s Chevy Bel Air. Beautiful, original.
V8.
Yep.
A lot of blue. That's what I'm noticing. A lot of blue in the Chevrolets.
Boy, the neon headlights there.
That will get some attention, that's for certain.
As the night pours on, absolutely, that stands out more and more.
It does help to see where you're going, too. Maybe it's just a small factor.
That's one thing. I mean, headlight technology, boy, that's come leaps and bounds versus the the original generation.
Hey.
We're looking at halogens. I mean, the LEDs have been a game changer across the board.
Now this guy is. I feel thunderstruck.
Yeah. Yeah, that Thunder doesn't seem to stop either. You look at the front grille, you look at how that wraps around. I mean, boy, that's even going into the firewall there a little bit.
See the exhaust coming out in the front there. A lot of work there. A lot of work. But I'm sure it's a very admired work.
That is. I mean, that is somebody put in the paint time, that's for sure. Woo! Listen to that note. Nothing like a beautiful blown V8, and there we go. Classics Roots blower. Breathing heavy.
Look at the wheels on that thing. And your Chevrolets, Adam.
Chevy making their presence this time.
Yeah. And another Mercedes. And a few tonight. And here we go. Oh, here we go. Our Chevy love is coming back here.
It is coming around. The baby blue Chevy Love. Leaning low, running clean. Still, again, I'm just, taken aside by all the trucks this year.
I was just going to comment on
standout.
that. Yeah, there's been a lot of trucks this year. Typically in the past, there's always been a lot of sports cars, but a lot of trucks this year.
There has, yeah. I mean, it's, overwhelming with some of the muscle cars, but again, the trucks, we're getting a lot of those 60s generation. I mean, some 70s, and then again, your classic 80s.
A lot of Chevrolet this year as well. Not usually used to seeing that as much either.
No, there's not. Well, we're kind of winding down here as we get into the evening. The light is starting to shift to the darker side of things.
But it's been a good year. I think it's this is probably one of the biggest years I've seen thus far.
It is. It continues to grow.
And once again, we want to shout out to MCM and the talented crew that have worked very hard today to help put this on. So I hope everyone out there is really enjoying the show and has enjoyed the show.
Yep, thank you to everyone that's come as a participant and just as a spectator. I mean, this has been another fantastic event and helping put McMinnville on the map. Keep the cruise going.
How many times have you cruised?
Well, I used to cruise in high school. We were still doing that.
Yeah, it's glad it's coming back.
It is.
Yep.
It's a nice send-off to the summer.
Yeah, pretty soon it's going to be the red leaves and rain. So this really is the last of the summer for McMinnville. All right, with that said, we thank you very much, everyone, for watching again. Another year of Cruising McMinnville 2024. Of course, I've planned we will be back in 2025 for certain.
Yes, we will. Till then.